Back here to New York City for a moment, and these arrests that we saw today was nearly 100 protesters at Trump Tower who were arrested by the NYPD. This after a group of Jewish demonstrators went inside the building. This is Trump Tower earlier in the day. They were there in support of that pro-Palestinian activist we've been talking so much about, Mahmoud Khalil. He's still in ICE custody in Louisiana. NewsNation senior national correspondent Laura Ingle, meantime, is live on the scene for us in New York over Trump Tower. What's the latest, Laura?
Hey, Connell. Well, all quiet now outside of Trump Tower and inside as well on Fifth Avenue here in New York City. That was certainly not the case a couple of hours ago when approximately 200 to maybe 300 protesters swarmed inside of the building lobby here behind me at Trump Tower and staged a sit-in. They walked in with regular clothes, then, took off some outer layers, and all were wearing the same shirt. I want to get out of the way so you can see the action here at Trump Tower because there is always a high number of NYPD. You've even got a guy over there that's dressed as Trump, but that's the usual thing on the daily here. Those Jewish protesters from the group Jewish Voice for Peace filled the Trump Tower lobby about a couple of hours ago, around 11:30. They demanded the release of Mahmoud Khalil, that Columbia University activist we've been talking about, who was arrested by ICE last Saturday. Khalil, a permanent U.S. resident married to an American citizen, has not been charged with any crimes, but does face deportation at this point. And man, these protesters really causing quite a ruckus in there, chanting "Bring Mahmoud home now," carrying banners reading "Jews say stop arming Israel," opposing fascism as a Jewish tradition. As we mentioned, dozens were arrested. Some had to be physically removed. Here's what NYPD Chief of Department John Schell told NewsNation last hour.
So about 11:30 this morning, about 150 protesters went into Trump Plaza in two entrances, public access areas. This group is known to do that with civilian clothes, and once they're inside, they take their clothes off and they have universal red shirts. Once we arrived within 10 minutes, and we had cops here already, we secured the perimeter, got with security, spoke to Secret Service, make sure the building was secure, which it was. The next phase is to give warnings that they're trespassing, will be arrested. Some people left, but ultimately we made 98 arrests.
And as far as the government's response here, President Donald Trump called Khalil's arrest the first of many to come, pledging to deport students engaged in what he called pro-terrorist and anti-American activities. And as this continues to go on, Connell, I had asked the chief of department, what do we expect? Because, we had the protest at Barnard, we've had them at Columbia, now we've got them at Trump Tower. He said that the NYPD is focused on keeping everyone here in New York safe, especially the protesters. He said including them as well. He said that, that it's not going to be tolerated. They've got a plan in place, and they've got specific officers out on the streets to deal with such disruptions. Connell?
All right, Laura. Laura Ingle, live for us. Trump Tower, Fifth Avenue here. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.